Good morning, Dubai. How are you doing? And welcome back to Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Today, we're talking vaccines. Do you need the booster? We're talking about footage that's going viral of a policeman helping a dehydrated baby bird.
Oh. But we'll also be talking about an Afghan refugee who gave birth on a connecting evacuation flight from Dubai to the UK, as well as back to school. MBZ wishes students and teachers on the first day of school. Ah, there goes Instagram.
Jackie, do you mind?
They slowly just plop
We'll get
down.
there. A quick reminder for all of you watching, if you just pull it up, we've gone down on Instagram. You could, if you just, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's all good.
Welcome back.
Bear with us. We're having a heavy phone situation this morning on Instagram. So if you're watching over on Instagram, you'll know it's our behind the scenes moment, and it's just gone haywire. It's gone haywire, like people's reaction to Kanye West's album, which we're going to be talking about in a little second.
That's a nice connect.
Thank you. But before we get to that,
today's show is sponsored by Blue Blood, who is bringing the incredible Wayne Brady to the Coca-Cola Arena on September 3rd. So stay tuned for more updates.
But while we get there, last night, Ye, as I've been informed to name him, Kanye West, put up, I know, look, I'm not with it, 8 million followers. He told his 8 million followers that his album is finally out. This is Donda. We've been waiting for it for a month. It was meant to be released a month ago. It's finally out. However, it went out apparently without his approval, and they blocked Jail 2, an artist, from his album.
Oh, okay, that's the name of the artist?
Jail 2?
Jail 2 is the name of the artist?
Yeah, there was two artists, Marlon Manson and Jail 2, that were some of the collabs. I think it's like a 27-track album. And because they have run-ins with the law, it was held back.
Oh, okay. I thought 2 were being blocked and jailed. I didn't know that was a singer's name, blocked Jail 2. Wow.
No, they blocked Jail 2 from being on the album.
Okay. Anyway, but Kim Kardashian's dress.
Look, exactly. We're all talking about it. It's all over the internet. He had viewing parties, and Kim Kardashian, who I believed, who is of course his baby mama of 3 or 4 kids, not sure, she turned up at the viewing album wearing a haute couture Balenciaga gown.
A wedding dress gown. And that also they renewed their vows during the show. I mean, that's quite a show though. We started this way?
Yeah, we're back.
This is a new way to start. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, guys. We just had a little freeze on our
These are the loyal ones who stayed back.
Thank you.
Who literally waited for us.
Okay. I'm just going to see if Jackie wants to put it back up on the stand if she can, and maybe just hold it there. We're having a bit of issues.
Jackie.
Back to regular
Jackie.
programming, and like, who's to know, really?
Jackie's so cute.
Thank you,
I want
Jackie.
to eat her up.
Thanks, guys. Not only is Jackie adorable, Alibaba's wearing a bucket hat.
Oh my god, today's a lot of like
There's so much going on.
fashion statements being made in the office.
Who's aware that bucket hats are now a thing?
It was always a thing. Did it ever go out of trend, bucket hats?
Yes.
No. Did they? Have bucket hats gone out of trend at all? No, right? No?
Jackie, thoughts? Bucket hats?
It wasn't style when I was like around 8 years old. And it came back when...
And what age are you now?
How about this? You actually see the bucket
I was going to say, we'll see
I'm
it.
23.
Okay,
So,
that's not
Bucket hat.
something
This is
to
the
be
bucket hat. Back in style when Jackie was 8.
killing it.
It's still in style.
We're talking 10,
Killer.
8.
It's still in style.
It's not still in style. It's
Ali,
come
Ali,
back. It's a trend.
Ali, can you do the west side? It just goes with
Oh, I
this.
don't draw gang signs.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know you were. I didn't know that's what I was doing when I did it.
What? The
Throwing a
gangster.
gang. I didn't know
You
it was
were
throwing a gang sign.
Casey is as gangster as they come.
I didn't know. That's actually one of those things where you're doing something, you have no idea what you're doing, and then it goes on the internet, and you're like, shouldn't have done that.
But it's like that dance was made for you.
Yeah, I know. That's why I can't recreate it. It'll just make other people jealous.
So true. So true.
We're back. Instagram, how are you? You might have missed that today's show is sponsored by Blue Blood, who's bringing the incredible Wayne Brady to the Coca-Cola Arena on September 3. Stay tuned for more details, but let's jump into our first stories. People who took the Sinopharm vaccine are told to get the booster by the capital. So do you need a booster shot? The answer is yes. if you've taken the Sinopharm vaccine and there is a deadline. Now, this is according to Abu Dhabi Media Office. It relates to Abu Dhabi residents. They clarified the need for booster shots on Twitter last night. So if you jump onto AD Media Office on Twitter, your questions are answered. You need a booster shot if you received a dose of Sinopharm vaccine more than 6 months ago to enhance your immunity and to comply with the approved health protocol vaccine. So it's not just for immunity enhancing, it's also actually to comply with the latest protocol. There's a deadline on it, so you need to get it before September 20th, and that's to ensure that you continue to have green status on the Al Husn app. So it's all happening very quickly. You need to get your third booster, you get your booster, which is the third dose, of Sinopharm, by September 20.
I mean, these are all the precautionary measures that we must take now, because now the UK have announced that the Delta variant is responsible for more than 90% of their cases. So with it even spreading in particular countries, you want to make sure you are as safe as possible and you've taken all the precautions. So this is just one.
100%. Getting all the precautions, and also just noting that this is only relating to Sinopharm vaccine. They didn't mention Pfizer, they didn't mention AstraZeneca, they didn't mention Sputnik. So if you're any of those vaccines, you're not actually required to go and get the booster dose to keep your green status. It's only if you have Sinopharm.
It's always better to be safe than sorry. That too, like, it's just a booster shot. You go get it, and then ensure in the long run, if you do catch COVID, and that also the Delta variant, the symptoms won't be as bad or as deadly. Yeah,
the rates that you see of hospitalizations of whether people are vaccinated or not vaccinated, and the people that require vaccinations, or people that require hospitalization, it would actually really encourage you to go and get the vaccine if you have not yet done so. And of course, there's many ways you can do it here in the UAE as long as you're a resident. It's absolutely free. You'll be in and out in 15 minutes. The service they provide is incredible. So just go and get it done.
So true. By the way, did you get any side effects from the vaccination you took?
I think I was a little sick on the first dose, maybe. What about you?
The second dose?
Can't remember.
No? You don't remember? It was so recent.
I know. One of the doses, I felt like I was a little bit run down the next day, for sure.
Okay, for the first. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me this, and then I told you my friend's father passed away after. But anyway, yeah, I felt quite ill after, but it's
which
like
dose and which vaccine?
Both of them actually, Pfizer. But that's how, I mean, that's what people say, like, if you do feel sick the next day, it's like, you know, the vaccine is working. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's kicking in.
It's working, guys. 100%.
But moving on to our next story, an Afghan refugee gave birth on a connecting evacuation flight from Dubai to the UK. Now, an Afghan refugee gave birth to a healthy baby girl named Hava, which translates to air. Kind of apt, because she was given birth in the air, in the sky. Now, on board an Afghan evacuation flight from Dubai to Britain, now the 26-year-old Soman Nouri went into labor 30,000 feet up in the Kuwaiti airspace on Saturday, August 28th. And with the assistance from the Turkish Airlines crew members, she was able to deliver without any complications. And both the mother and newborn are reported to have been in stable condition and good health post the birth. Now, Hava is Soman Nouri and her husband's third child. They have 2 young sons, and the picture of the now family of 5 that you can see beside us is so heartwarming. It's so sweet to see the family together. It's really great to see visuals like this when you see so many heartbreaking visuals every single day. And the couple and their kids fled Afghanistan and now will settle in Birmingham in the UK. Now, the flight that took off from Kabul and pit stopped at Dubai before leaving to the UK had no doctors on board. So it was completely up to the crew members to help deliver the baby in line with their training, which they of course did. And they took pictures with the baby, all you can see beside us on YouTube and Facebook, if you guys get on there, and Twitter. And yeah, the flight made a precautionary landing at Kuwait as well, but soon after the flight continued its journey towards its destination, and the internet is all praise for the supportive crew members of Turkey's national flag carrier.
100%. It was such a touching, heartwarming story. You can't even imagine the trauma that the mom must have been going through getting on that flight. She was so close to giving birth. Such a scary time. I'm sure any mother will empathize and sympathize with her. And then for the flight crew to just kick into action and deliver the safe baby, so incredible.
It really is. And oh my God, the pictures of the small baby and the videos of her yawning. Oh my God, it's just like, And a miracle of life.
100%.
Babies are so innocent and pure. It really makes you, think for humanity. Like, what world are we bringing these babies into? That it's an evacuation flight. Like, just the whole scenario of it is so bad. But it's just like that light, that little bit of light in the darkness.
Yeah, so true. And hopefully the baby will be seen as like a positive beacon for that family, that they managed to escape, and it's a happy ending for them, hopefully, in their new life in Birmingham.
Yes, the little angel. And the more important question is, my friend asked me yesterday if she's going to get free for life tickets, because usually babies that are born on planes, and they get free travel tickets, and they become a global citizen sometimes. I don't know, like, pretty interesting.
I don't know if that's if usually, because then people would be encouraged to have their babies on flights.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay, we're running through our stories. Next story, footage of a policeman helping a dehydrated bird. This video is also going viral for different reasons. You have seen different videos recently. I know when I was away, you guys shared some really lovely stories of, let's say, a policeman helping someone change the tire. So that was very special. And now also this is another story of people helping animals in the country. And it was just a policeman. He saw a little baby bird, clearly needed some hydration, clearly needed some help. So everyone who's seen the video will also agree that it's a very emotional little video. He picked up the little baby bird.
Oh my God.
So you guys did that downstairs though.
Kauthar did it. I was just gonna say, Kauthar, she is our hero, resident hero. She saved that baby bird. She gave it water. We get a box of fruits every second day in the office, and we get nuts along with it. And so she fed the bird like little nuts and sunflower seeds. Oh my God. Absolutely love acts of kindness like this. And then recently the cat saving, and even a couple of months ago, a Talabat driver, he literally stopped on his way to a delivery to rescue a baby bird that was in the middle of a road, and I don't think it could walk or something, so it just picked it up and put it on the pavement. Oh,
actually, someone got in touch with another story of a Talabat delivery driver yesterday who did something similar, so it's very sweet.
Oh my God, these are just gems of human beings, just
100%.
Gems.
And gems of human beings, how did they become incredible human beings? What were their school years like that took them there? It's back to school time. Are you going back to school? Speaking
of which, of course, MBZ wishes students and teachers on the first day of school, which was yesterday, Sunday, August 29th, and marked the special occasion of thousands of students returning to school after what's been nothing less of 2 very long and challenging years. Now, students, faculty members, parents, caretakers, all will now fall back into the routine of, well, schooling and complaining.
Yeah.
These are the kind of complaints.
How dare you say they complain?
Is it not true?
It's life. We all do it.
But these are the kind of complaints you want in your life, like the tiffin complaints, homework complaints, sleep deprivation complaints. Like, okay, you want to deal with these kinds. But along with these, you also get a bunch of boons, such as meeting your pals after the longest time, human interaction, fun extracurricular activities, and etc. So with that being said, Sunday was an immensely emotional day for parents and kids alike, for which His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and the Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, shared a sweet message thanking students, teachers, and parents. Now, the full message on Twitter, it read, as classes resume in schools across the UAE, let us say thank you to every parent, every student, every teacher. Your adaptability and determination to overcome recent challenges ensure that education never stopped, and it never will. We wish you all the best for the new academic year. And apart from the message, according to the Ministerial Council of Development, now, here's a breakdown of some of the dates, school dates that you will be encountering, school dates, the holidays, upcoming holidays.
Ooh.
Now, the number of school days for the 2021-2022 academic year is 186.
186 days. Not bad.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
Doesn't seem like a lot.
Out of 365 days, like 186, that's nothing. Now, winter break for students is expected to go on from December 12th to December 30th, and the spring break is all set to commence on March 27th and last until April 14th, 2022. So these are nice long holidays that students will again see and enjoy.
Amazing. But how cool, like, look, everyone's going back into the school year. I noticed today for me, traffic was worse than it was yesterday because they kind of, they won't throw everyone back in on the first day because, you know, that's in general what they do. They'll always put the littlies in first and then the older ones have another day or two rest before they need to go back. So it's going to get, the schools will get busier and busier over the coming days. But how incredible, the leader of the country is speaking to you. He understands that it's been a tricky year with everyone studying from home and now everyone's going back in. It can be a nervous day, it can be nerve-wracking, but the leader of Dubai, or the UAE, wants you to know that you've overcome an incredibly tough challenge and it's only uphill from here.
So true.
It's only uphill. Is it only downhill?
No, it's only uphill. You can say either, right? It's all downhill from here. But no, in this situation,
it's all uphill or downhill? You can say, because it's all uphill.
Oh, it's both, right?
Uphill sounds more positive.
Uphill sounds, yeah, I know, but downhill is easy, right? Because it's just a slope.
Oh no, downhill is bad.
Downhill was when we went online.
But if you're going...
And everyone was fighting for the Wi-Fi.
Okay, downhill is bad, uphill is good.
Okay, my bad. It's all uphill from here.
Okay, it's all good from here.
Yes.
Yes.
And we asked you your thoughts on going back to school. We got some incredible responses. People said knowledge is power. People said the traffic does not make me happy. Fair point.
Overwhelming.
Taxi 23.
Excited.
Excited. Women in power. Okay, love it. Great. Here we go again.
Stop the masks. I mean, eventually it will. Enjoy it while it's there. Like, you know, there are so many benefits that come with the mask. You can hide your facial expressions.
Less
like,
makeup.
Right? And if your nose, it's like running, no one can see it. It's running inside your mouth.
Pros of wearing a mask.
Marrying a mask.
Wearing a mask.
At this point, we are all married to our masks.
We are.
Oh, moving on.
Moving on.
Something very exciting this weekend.
This weekend, the time has flown. When I first heard about what was happening at the Coca-Cola this weekend, didn't realize the time was just like, how is it September already? But Wayne Brady is set to perform his comedy show this Friday at the Coca-Cola Arena. We could not be more excited. He's bringing his incredible improvisation skills to that stage. He's obviously famous for his work on Whose Line Is It Anyway? An incredible show, and also obviously sketches and stand-up. And Coca-Cola Arena, incredible venue. You were there recently.
Oh, it was amazing. The food there was so good.
Interesting.
The venue, apart from the venue, like obviously, what is it that you go for?
The performer.
Yes.
The comfort.
Yes.
These days, to know that I have a bit of space, I guess.
Oh,
social
we
distancing.
had all the space in the world. And they were so strict, like even when we wanted to come together, they were like, no, move away. But the food was amazing. The performance was amazing. I went for Sunidhi Chauhan's concert, and the whole arena was just booming with her voice. Like the amphitheater and the way they've done the, I don't know, echoing or whatever was so good. And Wayne Brady, guys, if you don't know him, he played James Stinson on How I Met Your Mother.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Barney's brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that show.
And he's hilarious. He's one of Hollywood's top comedians. If you're in for, if you've been just dying to, you know, have your funny bones tickled.
Oh, there's nothing like a night of the comedy.
Right.
Like one person who can, with their incredible, like it's timing, right?
Yeah.
They can just take over the stage. And it's just like a good night to laugh your socks off. It's happening on September 3, 9:30 p.m. start. You can get your tickets now on Dubai Calendar. You can also get them on CocaColaArena.com and also Platinum List. As always, this show is brought to us by Blue Blood, who are bringing a lot of cool shows to town, we must say. And this is one of them. So if you're interested, if you want to laugh this weekend, September 3, Friday, right?
Yes, this Friday.
Do not miss it. It's going to be an absolute laugh.
But next up, we have an interview with Tamara Nora, who really sheds major light on the dire situation that Lebanon and the Lebanese people are going through right now. So stay tuned. More after this very short break. Hey guys, welcome back. And right now we are joined by Tamara Nora, who is a beautiful Lebanese fashion designer who has taken it upon herself to send support back to Lebanon. So first of all, welcome on the show.
Thank you so much for having me, first of all.
You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you, you too.
And it's so impressive what you're doing, that you've completely taken it upon yourself to send support and aid back to your home country. Now you are doing this in collaboration with anyone?
Yes. So there are two girls as well within the Lebanese community in Dubai. One of them is in charge of the packaging the donations, and then the other one is contacting airlines or people, figuring out people that are traveling to Lebanon in order to take suitcases with them.
Okay, so it's like a group effort.
Yes.
And is this coming like just the three of you, or getting help from parents and adults and
I mean, everyone is contributing. So I think also the most interesting thing is that a lot of non-Lebanese people are contributing.
Amazing.
So whoever can help can help. And mainly what they're helping with is either contacting people or getting the donations, or if they have connections in the airlines industry, then I mean, it's all working out.
Okay, so let's give our viewers a little bit more context. Can you just tell them what's happening in Lebanon right now? What's the situation like, and why it's so important that it's all hands on deck and everyone puts, tries to give back?
I mean, what we see on social media is literally just 1% of what's actually happening. And most of us watch like a minute of a video and we get triggered. But once you're actually in that situation and being deprived from every single possible privilege, from electricity to water to something as simple and something that we take for granted, which is Panadol. So I think we, being so fortunate in Dubai, we realized that we needed to take an action, and the only thing that we could do is send donations and raise funds, contact people very urgently like that need medication. So yeah, I mean,
you said you traveled to Lebanon just over the summer.
Yeah.
So what was it that you experienced firsthand that social media might not have shown as much?
I think something that you don't really see through social media is how people are hurting. A lot of the times there's a lot of controversy on social media, so you see people partying, people going out, and you're like, okay, well, then where's the poverty that people are speaking of, or where's the suffering that people are speaking of? But then when you actually go down and you see what people are going through, and you see the struggles and people asking for water or medication or just anything, it's just heartbreaking. So I think that's what we could see from actually going to Lebanon.
Okay, that really gave me chills. That's so sad.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, to see your own people suffering so
exactly.
much.
And when you know that your family has basically were born and grew up and raised families there, and now are trying to find an escape out of the country that they were born in, it's just very sad, you know.
And that too, Lebanon being such a beautiful country.
It is. It really is. And the people, and I mean, there was a meme about it where like the Lebanese can win an Oscar for like faking how happy they are. And they always have like the highest spirits and they're always positive. But then once they're thrown in such situations, they can't really do much anymore.
And it's really like if your motherland is suffering, like
exactly.
no matter how happy you are, you can never be can never be like the full extent of your happiness will not touch you.
And I think the worst part is we forget that Lebanon is home. And I remember when I was in Lebanon, I think a month in, I was like, Mom, like, we need to go back home. And she's like, but we are home. And I'm like, no, like home. Like where it actually feels like home, where I feel like everything is provided for us. Everyone respects us. The government respects us. So I think that's the situation with Lebanon now.
Oh, it's really so sad. And but what are the few things that people need the most right now? Like what is it, like if we want to donate, what is it that we can donate and get in touch with you for?
I think the most thing that people need are medications, especially the elderly and the younger people. Baby food, Pampers, anything related to health they need. I think also something that we don't realize is that a lot of people are dependent on medication every single day in order to survive. And since that's not being provided, then they're on the verge of almost losing their lives. So any sort of medication, I think there's a list of medication going around and constantly updated. Yeah. So for whoever wants to donate, they can always reach out to me. They can reach out with the two girls that I'm working with, Asil and...
Do you want to give them your Instagram handle?
Yes, my Instagram is tamara.nauda. So, yeah.
Okay, and it's non-perishable goods and medicines, Panadols, all of that?
Yes, all medications, Pampers and baby food.
Pampers
so far, that's what we're...
No clothes?
So far, no.
None of that so far. Okay.
Not yet.
So can you explain like how much of a role has social media played in spreading awareness about Lebanon? Or because honestly, I feel like it's not that much, right? as much as it could be, because it is a huge problem that Lebanon is going through right now, and not a lot of people are aware about it.
That is very true, and I think with social media, I think whoever has an influence on social media should use it, and regardless of whether that's 1 follower or 1 million followers, any sort of impact would help. But I don't think a lot of people are speaking of it. I think a lot of people are just staying silent and speaking of it behind closed doors, but I think the entire world needs to know that the Lebanese people are suffering and they're in need of help.
So you do have like a good following, decent following, and has there been any, what kind of reactions have you received? Did you receive any backlash whatsoever,
Nothing.
Any negative? It's all positive.
Fortunately, it's all been positive. I mean, the first day that I put out the post, I got a lot of messages from people saying, we want to help, how can we help, who can we contact, where can we drop off the, and again, it was also from a lot of non-Lebanese people. So to me, that was very heartwarming to see that humanity has been restored, because I think somewhere throughout this year and a half, I think we can tell that there's been a lot of problems and a lot of issues in the world.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
That's beautiful. It just shows you how
people are coming together for a cause. And I think that's the most important thing. And I think that's also the importance of social media. Like I've always said this, and for me, Instagram is not just about posting where I'm eating or what I'm doing or what clothes I'm wearing.
Yeah.
Like that is very superficial stuff that is just an add-on to Instagram. But I think the power of Instagram and social media and having a voice, especially when people are very much interested in what you have to say, is using it to actually benefit other people.
It's very true. Like from the UAE's accepting community to
Exactly.
using Instagram for good, I totally second everything you're saying. And these days we've become so frivolous, like just following those who post about nails and hair.
Exactly.
Like that's it. Like that's all the content we see.
That is unfortunately it.
Really refreshing when we stumble upon someone like you who's actually posting.
I mean, that's the point. I think that's the
change.
point of having an influence and a voice, is to use it and encourage other people to actually do good.
Yeah.
So even if it helps one person in need, then that's more than enough.
That's very true. Then you see Hush Puppy just showing off his opulence. I mean, like it's time, you know, we kind of like reflect and go like, who are we following?
Exactly.
Who do we want to support? What kind of content do we want to consume?
And come back down to earth a bit. I think this whole luxury and everything that's been promoted on Instagram is just
like
fake
and very temporary.
Yes, exactly.
And so, you know, like usually when you post something good, people go like, oh, why aren't you posting about this? Why aren't you talking about that? Like, oh, why are you only talking about this? Did you receive any of that?
Not really, because I think at the time, whenever there is a problem or whenever there's a situation, regardless of wherever it is in the world, I always try to post about it. I always try to educate people about it. Whoever doesn't know what's happening can know through my Instagram if they're following me. But I think for the time being, my focus was on Lebanon, and in fact, like I cut off any sort of campaigns, brand deals, whatever it was, just solely focusing on the situation in Lebanon, what's happening. And then afterwards, again, like it's open to posting about whatever it is, but also situations that are happening around the world.
Okay, that's great. And you are going back to college from Sunday, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be your final year.
Final year.
And you're going to graduate with a fashion degree.
Fashion and marketing, yeah.
Fashion and marketing, girl, sweet.
Hopefully, inshallah.
And if you guys check out her gram, you can just tell the knack for fashion is so there. And you're going to a proper, like it's dedicated to fashion, right? This university?
Yeah. No, actually, it's dedicated to design in general. So there's 4 courses that you can take, and you double major.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. And all the best for
thank you so much
for
and
that.
Thank you for having me today.
Of course.
And thank you everyone whoever donated, and whoever wants to keep donating, you can always contact me or contact Asil and Alia. Thank you so much.
Yes, guys, please do help out and try to give back to Lebanon as much as possible and help out the community. And thank you for watching. Watch us same time, same place every day.
Thank you.
Bye.